I feel like honestly, like I have just fully reverted back to my like 2014 self, because like I'm literally like sitting here making a YouTube video talking about Bucky. Like nothing has changed. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know that I have not uploaded on this channel for a long time. That is something that I'm wanting to change. I really want to get back into making videos because it's something that I really enjoy doing. A lot has changed in my life since I last updated on this channel. And I'm not going to go into like every single detail because kind of like my thinking of getting back into YouTube is just kind of like starting over. Basically, I created this channel when I was 13 and I was uploading like maybe once or twice a week for maybe like a couple years. And then once I got into college, it kind of fell apart. I was uploading maybe like once a year. And then after I graduated, yeah, basically I moved. I have my own apartment now. I have a full-time job, and yeah. I thought that the perfect video to kind of get back into my YouTube channel would be just doing a video talking about things that I've been loving recently, kind of just like the classic basic YouTube like favorites tag kind of thing. So I thought I would share with you guys some of the stuff that I've been loving recently, books, movies, products, and yeah. I'm going to start with like makeup products that I've been loving. And the first one is the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine, and the one that I've been using is, I believe it's called Joyful. It's basically just like a really nice light pink color. I feel like tinted lip balms for me are always so hard because it's like I'll buy like 10 different kinds and I'll put them on my lip and then like nothing, there's nothing. Like they say they're tinted, but I'm like there's no way. And this one by e.l.f. I have been really impressed with. Like I said, it's just like a really nice light shade of pink, so it's perfect for like spring, summer. The next makeup item that I have been loving recently is the colourpop Super Shock Shadow Ultra Glitter. So I actually got this free because on May 4th, colourpop was doing a sale where you could get one of their Star Wars eyeshadow palettes for like $5, and then you also got a free one of these. I don't know if they were doing this for like every order or just Star Wars or whatever, but anyway, I honestly like I would have never just like randomly picked this up myself, but I am actually like obsessed with just how sparkly it is. And the packaging. I'm a graphic designer, so like I will buy stuff just because of the packaging, and that is one of the reasons why I love colourpop, because I swear they have the prettiest packaging. And that brings me to my next favorite, which is the Mandalorian Star Wars colourpop eyeshadow palette. And this is, I got this obviously during the sale, so I got it for only $5. This eyeshadow palette is so pretty. Once again, the packaging is just absolutely gorgeous. You've got like shiny, like shimmery stuff going on. And the actual colors of the eyeshadow are very pretty too. They're all kind of like natural, more kind of muted colors, which I really like. Okay, the next item isn't really makeup, but it is like a beauty product, and it is the EOS Shea Butter Cashmere Body Wash Coconut Waters. I have always been an EOS girly ever since like 2010 or whenever they came out with like the little round lip balms. I was like collecting all of those, like Thanos collecting the Infinity Stones. Like I am a very dedicated EOS girly. I love their just like normal lip balm. I use that. And so when I found out that they were making body wash, I was super excited. I love their lotion, and the body wash smells so good. I love it. This is not sponsored, but definitely recommend if you're looking for a good, fun, new body wash. The next item is a clothing item. It is a pair of shoes, and it is these beautiful Converse. I had wanted these for so long, and I just never bought them, and then finally I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. They are a really pretty shade of kind of like a pale muted pink, and then they have gold detail on them. I like this is my favorite color combination, honestly, is like a really kind of muted pink and gold. To me that is like perfect. And these are like the platform ones too, and I was a little bit worried that they wouldn't be super comfortable because I definitely need to have comfortable shoes. I do a lot of like standing and walking for my job, so I need to be able to have comfortable shoes, obviously. And these ones are, so definitely recommend getting a pair of these. Alright, I'm going to get into the books that I've read. I've been trying to read more. It's something that I loved to do growing up, and I kind of, during college, I got busy, you know, with homework and stuff. So I feel like now I have more time to read, so I have been reading more. So the first book that I read back a couple months ago now is Intermezzo. I don't actually know how to pronounce anything, so that's fun. This is by Sally Rooney. I have never read any of her books before. I did watch the Hulu show for normal people, and I really liked it. And I was reading a description of this, and it made me really interested. Basically, it's about two brothers who are kind of dealing with grief, and then also their relationships with people. And I love, like, I enjoy romance, don't get me wrong, but I really love just like relationships between characters that maybe aren't necessarily romantic. So when it comes to like siblings or like friendship, like I really like that. So that is what kind of caught me or made me want to read this. One thing I will say is this book, there are no quotation marks. And that was a little bit challenging because I feel like there were times where I wasn't sure who was talking, or if anyone was talking at all, or if it was like happening in someone's head. So you do have to pay like very close attention to what's going on. I also feel like this book didn't really, like I didn't really like, I don't know, I don't want to say that I didn't like it, but like it didn't really get me until the ending. I will say the characters in this were very realistic, and I appreciate that. Like no one was too perfect or, you know, just like annoying or anything. Like I just feel like the characters were very realistic. So if you're looking for something to read that's more, kind of more about characters and less about like an actual plot, if that makes sense, I would recommend this. Okay, the next book I don't have a physical copy of because I read it on Libby, which is an app where you can borrow books from a library. Anyway, it is The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte. I honestly don't remember what inspired me to read this book. I think I was just like looking through Libby's like books that you could like check out right away, and I was like, well, I haven't read that many Bronte books, and I do really like Jane Eyre and Wuthering Heights, so I'll give this one a try. I honestly, like, I feel like this was better than Wuthering Heights and Jane Eyre, and I feel like it's very underrated. No one talks about it. There's not even like a good like movie, and I'm wondering why they didn't just choose to adapt that instead of whatever is going on with Wuthering Heights with Margot Robbie. But anyway, no, I really enjoyed it. One thing about classics is I normally need to listen to like an audiobook, or I like to have like a movie or something because of the way they're written. I mean, it was written at a time where people spoke a lot different and used a lot of words that we do not use. So I was expecting to kind of struggle with it. No, it sucked me right in. Once again, this book just really got me with the characters, their relationships. It's maybe not as dark as like Wuthering Heights. Like I think it's technically considered like a gothic romance. I wouldn't say it's as dark as like I said Wuthering Heights or Jane Eyre, but it still has those vibes. So if you are wanting to get into the Bronte sisters books, I would definitely recommend this one. Like I said, I feel like not that many people talk about it. And then the last book that I read, or the most recent book that I finished reading, is of course Sunrise on the Reaping. I was so excited when I found out they were making a book about Haymitch because I feel like he's such an interesting character, and I'm so excited for the movie too. The book was amazing, of course. If you like The Hunger Games, and hey, if you haven't even read The Hunger Games, you could still read this because this is technically a prequel. So as for what I have been watching recently, currently I'm still trying to find a show to get into because I was watching like 3 different shows at once and then they all ended. So I was watching Yellow Jackets and I really enjoyed it. It definitely took like, I feel like I needed to watch the whole first season before it like fully got me hooked. The second season, amazing. The third season was really, really good up until the end, so I'm a little bit disappointed about that. But I will say this show was, like, once it gets you sucked in, like, you are addicted. You can't watch anything else. Really good. The next show that I watched was Severance, and this show I actually watched like the first episode with my sister and my brother-in-law because they were watching it and they were like, hey, you need to watch it, and I was like, okay. And then I immediately like went and got Apple TV so that I could finish it. This is another show that like right away sucks you in. It's such an interesting concept. I'm really interested to see what happens in the next season. And then the third show that I finished watching was the new season of White Lotus. I haven't actually watched any of the other seasons. I just watched this season and I enjoyed it. I will say the ending, like, to me, I feel like everyone is always like overhyping things or like making it seem like something is way more insane than it actually is. And I do feel like with the White Lotus it was a little bit like that. Like I was expecting something like fully insane to happen. And yeah, like there were some like shocking things, but I feel like it wasn't as like extreme. Maybe it's just because I've seen shows like Hannibal or The Boys where it's like, I feel like I'm just permanently scarred, you know, like I feel like nothing can shock me at this point. Those were the three most recent shows that I've watched. If you have recommendations for a show that I should watch now, please let me know because like I said, I have nothing. And that is partly because like my mind can only focus on one thing right now, and that is Bucky Barnes because Thunderbolts, amazing, beautiful, everything I could have hoped for. I had not been this excited for a Marvel movie since, like honestly, like since Infinity War or Endgame. This fully brought me back into the MCU. And actually that brings me, I have been rewatching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but like I'm not counting that because I've seen that show a ridiculous amount of times. Thunderbolts was just, it was beautiful, and I feel like I could make a whole separate video talking about my thoughts on this. I have my little Bucky Barnes. I feel like honestly, like I have just fully reverted back to my like 2014 self because like I'm literally like sitting here making a YouTube video talking about Bucky. Like nothing has changed. Alright, so there were some of my favorites for the springtime / recently. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now because otherwise it will probably be like 10 hours long. Like I said, I really want to get back into doing YouTube videos because I love video editing and it's just something that I really missed, honestly. I'm kind of just gonna go off of like vibes, honestly, because I feel like that is what is gonna work best for me. So obviously like my content is gonna be different maybe from what I was filming when I was 13, but also it's gonna be a lot of honestly just kind of like sitting down like this just talking about whatever. But if you guys have like specific videos you'd like to see, let me know. So thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, which I'm guessing most people probably are because I really have not kept up with this channel, it would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I will also link down below my Instagram and stuff like that if you want to go and follow that. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.